under my shield, even at a stupid low rate. I just really want a character that is tanky. Like, you know, Krieg is super powerful, but when he's in that BuzzX rampage, you know, he can be put down.
You looking to get shot? Leave!
That's so stupid. That is so stupid.
You're dead meat!
Those guys with those shields are stupid. If you're not playing Maya or Zero, you can't get behind their stupid shields. Axton can kind of get around it a little bit by throwing his turret on one side and him going the other way. So either the turret is shooting him in the back or Axton's shooting him in the back. Zero can get behind and do like a death mark and kind of like a killing blow. And then even if it doesn't, even if they're not at low health, he can like dance around and do some damage. Do that a couple times, use the environment.
Look here, Hyperion. I'm not asking much for rolling.
Go back to my how is this compared to the dog? Because the dog is a level 9.
Which is superior?
Not really. It's got better accuracy, but lower fire rate, lower mag, doesn't do good matching elemental. So that shows you that Hyperion did get a buff, and then since it's got an element, not a long barrel.
You handling the bloodshots all right? They've been trying to take Roland out ever since he kicked their asses out of Sanctuary. I should have seen it coming.
The problem with a plasma caster, I think they still use 2 ammo per shot, so it's not super energy ammo efficient. Energy efficient.
Dear Roller, I can't help but notice the bloodshots you are fighting pack some serious firepower. If you are going to have a chance against them, you will need to up your arsenal. You could always arm your men with some high-quality munition. Those bloodshots will be dead in no time.
Hold it!
Every time I say an idea, I
kill them all!
Use Borderlands 2 as an example.
Leave us, come on, little
new characters, a new planet. Who knows? We might get on
cover that one!
We might get to meet them. We might not like the planet. You know? It might just be a terrible planet. People might not like it because it's not Pandora. Like, what if they bring SNS and Atlas and then they just don't have any good gimmicks? There's a lot of things Borderlands, Gearbox could do is screw it up.
That was fun!
I don't know why I'm getting so many nomads. Shielded nomads, man. Those things are scary. Especially at this lower level. See, that's rare. I don't never normally get a elemental.
Wow!
Hey, man!
He's making no final words.
That wasn't so difficult.
Okay,
I missed that one. I had to kind of pull it a little bit.
$100,000 for Roland. Final offer. Echo me back and let's negotiate already.
You can phase like that? That's sick.
Even if they
Once
don't
you
buy
can
him
phase
for the
like that
bloodshots, they'll be
instantly,
coming for
blow
him.
it
Better hurry.
Going down! Come meet your maker!
like that?
Overrun them!
Are you serious with these nomad guys? Yeah, overrun a siren. That's a smart way to do.
Kill more of these! I'm not done!
Okay. You sure to do that.
You can still run!
Jesus! How many do I get? I mean, I understand.
Just die!
Rare spawn. Wondering if something got messed up. A number that was supposed to be in
Your corpse,
for one thing. Up the rate of damn nomad brutalizers or whatever. Okay. So you want to hit me again? How was that for you? So, I don't really know.
Bloodshots. I can't help but notice.
That is beautiful.
Crimson Raiders. You are fighting packs of.
Holy crap. Goodbye, Plasma Caster. See, like, look at these two guns. Like, they're both level 12. They both bandit barrel. One's a Jacob's grip, one's a Tour grip. There's only 2 points of difference between them. Damage, accuracy's negligible, fire rate you wouldn't even notice. One has a slow reload speed, small mag, and then this one has a quick reload because it's Jacob's. And then this is Tour, which kind of slows down the reload and messes up the mag a little bit. But literally, these two guns would be identical in game, and there's no variance between them. And,
Serious firepower.
to be honest,
If
I
you
wish
are
they
going
would
to
have just
have a
made
chance
Jacob's
against them,
revolvers,
You will need to
left
up
all the
your
other
arsenal.
guns alone,
You
and then
could
just made
always
Jacob's
arm your men with some
pure,
high-quality
high damage, low
munitions
fire
from my
rate.
store. If you buy from me, those
Borderlands has several
Crimson
guns.
Raiders
Quit
will
making
be
me
dead
What
in no
dog?
time.
That's the idea!
2-for-1 sale. Equip that dog. Let's see, 83 on the damage, man. Blasters are now good because now that they can crit with that fire. Oh, this is, yeah, dog does that 3. Basically, it's like a miniature laser Varrook. You know, Borderlands could come out with just follow the same old routine. You get a new siren, a new soldier, a new assassin type class, and then a new Gunzerker, Berserker type class, and then 2 more DLC characters. And they could just basically leave everything alone.
Look
But-
at those murderous blood
And I would
shots.
probably be
Don't
happy,
you
just
think
as long
Pandora
as
would be better
they
without
keep
their
the
skull?
story good.
That's all I want to do.
They don't get too
Clear up
serious
this
with
planet.
it.
If that means I gotta kill
Like,
bandits like
think
you,
they're trying to write, you know, write
shots,
Moby
like
Dick
all
or
those
something.
crimson
Dead meat!
raiders.
See, now that these things can crit,
I'm happy to do
Use the info Roland gathered on the vault. We know Hyperion wants it open, but we don't know why. To rescue Roland, we might have a shot at stopping
come on,
Jack.
fool. Come on, fool.
Cover that one!
See if I got it. Challenge. Give it a whirl. I think you can only really do that with,
No getting away from us!
see, there's no guns in the game with knockback, so there's no real way to do that with some characters, and I think that's stupid. Like Maya, I know how to do it with Maya. You do that. With Salvador, you just got a gunzerk and make sure you got Fistful of Hurt on cooldown. Let them jump, stand right here, you know, right on the edge. And when they jump to you, you just punch them in. But I don't know how to do that with Zero.
You better run! I got something for you!
See, with these being able to crit,
I'm gonna kill you!
these things are stupid nasty now. And basically all the E-techs have gotten better. You know how the darts used to have that delay, you fire it, and then you wait a few seconds and then it explodes? The community patch has removed that. The blasters have gotten better with the fact that they crit now, and then they have penetration, so if you get enemies lined up, it'll do damage to the enemies behind them. The railers, the sniper rifles, had high base damage, but did high base damage, but then they couldn't crit. And that, what is the point of a sniper rifle? Is the crit. So those are stupid. So they
Kill that one!
made them to where they can't crit. And they are stupid, nasty.
They got me!
If E-Tech is above like a purple, like it's almost like a reddish purple, why are they no good, you know? So,
Wasn't even close.
damn it, I thought I could get back up and get Mad Mike, but I should have been blasting to death. Except my accuracy is going to crap. Because assault rifles are terrible accuracy at when you're in a fight for your life. That's another reason people don't like them. I don't know why. Like, the accuracy has to be so ridiculously out of whack with what, like, you know, it's like a 10-year-old holding an AK. It just, bullets are just all over the place. You know, shouldn't a mercenary or trained killer be able to handle a gun? Especially in fight for your life when they really need it? You're gonna go vault hunting, you can't even, you know, get one well-placed shot. And I think bandit assault rifles are the worst. You literally can have a character here and you could be down and you could fire out a whole magazine and all the bullets will go completely around them and you never hit them. You'll never, or you'll hit them like once or twice, but never kill them enough to get a fight for your life. See, that thing just obliterates his shield. It's able to crit so it can obliterate him after it gets the shield. It's got a good fire rate. Oh, that's a 194. But it loses capacity, and I'm really looking to get a good recharge rate shield. Maybe I'll find a good turtle somewhere.
God damn it, Hyperion! I didn't get half my dice those 20 sparrows and just so you can ignore me! How about 50
Are in pain!
See, that's somewhat kind of knocked them back, and I think they just repurposed knockback to that.
I'm gonna kill
They
you!
knockback was in the game. I wouldn't mind that coming back. Having shotguns with various levels of knockback. Even if it was as simple as tied to the barrel, like a single barrel has less, a double barrel has more, a triple barrel has even more, and a quad barrel has even more. Or the less damage the shotgun does, the more it's converted into kickback, or something like that. Anything just have kickback. Why am I getting so many shielded guys? That is ridiculous. If I wouldn't have found this fireball, I couldn't have phase locked him, you know, melt him down and phase lock him again. Do I have anything explosive? I don't think I do. Nothing explosive. I might be able to get it with this Raquel. A splash, but...
Are we fighting now?
Yeah, got it.
I don't know what's going on.
I was going through a whole bunch of things and deciding whether or not to do this and play through. And then, and I started thinking that mods kind of people started doing it about a year ago, and then I don't think it was just advertised well. I think some people are doing it, but then nobody's really putting up YouTube videos. A lot of people are putting up videos like farming for this to like confirm that, you know, because a lot of drops have been changed. Like one example, like when you go to do the mod for, you go to do the mission for the Lady Fist or the Flare in my particular game, there was no other way to get that mission. So I mean, get that. So what they did on the community patch is can drop this level 6. That's a level 13. That's a level 9 with 85 damage. To level 12 with 80. Electric, that'll be good. I don't have nothing corrosive for fucking warden yet. I don't think I do. Got a lot of electric though. A lot of electric fire. I can't shoot. Oh, I can fastball him if I keep my grenades. Yeah, I don't have nothing corrosive. Yeah, I don't think enough people just like, you go to that mission for, you either get a lady fist or a flare, and then there was no other way to get a lady fist or a flare. So what he did is he just added those two guns to Saturn's loot pool. So I'll go get a flare from the mission, and then had like Saturn drop a flare, and then I got two flares, and they're at different levels. You know, one's at like 27 and one's at 28. And then
Make this easy on yourself.
I've had the same thing happen with Lady Fist, and I've gotten like Masher Lady Fist, and I haven't gotten to play with yet. I think it'll be pretty cool. It might not actually be that good, because if you don't land all the pellets, the damage is actually lower. And it might be cool, but it might not. It's probably going to be one of those things where it loses its long distance ability, but close up is going to be deadly as hell.
Why will no one play with me?
Interesting.
So, like, if you play Borderlands,
Strangely satisfying.
You kind of like don't have any games to play. Look into the mods. You can go back and say, like let's say you play Zero and you don't really play too much. You pay attention to the enemies so much that you don't really pay attention to the barrels. You constantly die because of barrels. Every time you die, it's barrels. And you say, man, if barrels didn't exist, and I could just own this thing. We'll try it, because there's a mod that just, all it does is remove all the barrels. And personally, I hated them at first, but then I got to like them, and then, like, oh man, come on, how did I do this? I learned to use them to my advantage and kill enemies and stuff. Every now and then I'll get caught out of position and a barrel would get me one I didn't see, an enemy I didn't see.
With your feet!
Man, I wish I could get a mullet.
I just...
Like that guy, I didn't even know where he came from.
Hey,
I know my
Bloodshots.
shield was
I
gonna
notice you're not buying any
help
of
me
my
survive.
guns. Maybe you're worried my wares aren't deadly enough for you. With that in mind, please accept this complimentary crate of Marcus Munitions weaponry.
Jump on the
If you like what you find, maybe we can make a
couch
deal.
challenge.
Once you go Marcus Munitions, you'll never go back us munitions.
Chris Rock.
Give me your damn loot!
Chappelle. Dave Chappelle doing Rick James.
You're gonna pay!
Rick James on cocaine. Reference to the couch challenge. That's probably one of the coolest challenges that's in the base game, and one of the coolest challenges, or it's not a challenge, it's kind of like an Easter egg, and I still haven't figured out how to make it happen, is the Between Two Ferns Easter egg and Tiny Tina's. That's like one of the most obscure references. Yeah, that thing's pretty cool. Yeah, like if they do a good story, just follow the four same basic, give us the four same basic characters, do two DLCs, 4, and just copy the formula that they got for Borderlands 2, I would be perfectly happy with Borderlands 3, long as they don't like do something completely stupid.
Somebody stop.
And there's always a chance that they could. There's always a chance that they could take gave it a new direction and just completely screw it up. And that's why nobody, when you shouldn't be hyping yourself up for it. If anything, you should be hyping yourself up for mods. And I know the mods kind of came and went, and like the people who are playing them are probably still playing them, and the people who are not, I don't think a lot of people are playing them because I think this is a reason to come back to Borderlands. You get to balance the game the way you want. You install the community patch, it buffs a lot of guns, makes them more viable for in-game. And if there's a gun that's like, you know, like I hate the chew lane because it slags you. Well, guess what? The community mod removes the self-slagging of the chew lane, so it no longer slags you. So with the cryo mod, it probably would have cryoed you all the time and slowed your movement speed. Well then, crap, you should just well use the Bane. But then it would also slow the enemies because it's cryo, and then and also electrocute them. So that's a pretty, that would still be a pretty good gun. And if you want to change it to the Frostfire, you can cryo and set them on fire, which kind of doesn't make sense to me, but and then you know, you hate the barrels, you can take the barrels out. A lot of quality of life things. I think a modder named Ethel has a lot of those. Just little bitty simple things. There's one guy who changes all the action skills just a little bit. He basically makes like Axton. Like one thing with Axton, you could always recall his turret and get some cooldown back. And then if you spec into, I don't need a fire gun right now. By the time I do need one, I'm going to be way higher level. This Raquel is way better than the Snyder. You know, when you spec into longbow turret, you think you're going to land the turret right up on this little lip right here, and then you throw it and it misses and it goes over, and you kind of just throw your turret like way away from where you wanted it, and then it's like there's no way to get it back, or you throw it too high on the ceiling and you can't get up there to get it. That's kind of punishing you for speccing into like mag block and longbow and all that stuff. And he does a simple little mod where like you just hold down F and you can recall your turret from anywhere. And I'm thinking like, wouldn't Accent, like all the technology in this universe, wouldn't he have a remote to recall his turret? If that's part of his action skill, to get cooldown when he recalls his turret when it's not needed no more, wouldn't he have a remote? Like, I think that's something that maybe should have been baked into Accent's action skill. And I haven't downloaded that mod because a lot of the changes that character changes done to Maya. Let's see, what did they change on Maya? Man, I swear Mind's Eye got rid of the... Man, I don't even know if my mod is running. What did they change on Maya that I can guarantee is running? Oh, right here. Yeah, my mod isn't running from my action skill. I might not, but then the revolvers is working. I wonder if it kicked out my community patch. No, because my snipers are working.
Vault Hunter.
Maybe this cryo.
Good to finally meet you in person.
Changes
Hell of a
so
job
much.
fighting through those bloodshot.
That it overwrites a lot of
just
crap
take a second.
and puts it back to default. But doesn't overwrite revolvers and doesn't overwrite. But the community patch has changed some of the characters and kind of buffed them a little bit for in-game, and like,
well,
took a lot of criticism. The characters, people who play the characters a lot, put in, like, I think Mind's Eye gives her Maya accuracy, so like with the flare that would work better. Res, if you play solo, there's no point in taking it. It's a good 1.1er, but you can't res yourself. So it adds fight for your lifetime, like 30% fight for your lifetime for Maya. I think Quicken boosts her, gives her a little bit more reload speed per point, so she could kind of be up there. It might be weapon swap speed. I don't know. It's something to do with Quicken, because Quicken sounds like either reload or, because she does have, I think, 20% reload. Yeah, 20%. No, 25% reload. And then I think all this pretty much stays. Oh, Scorn gets changed from like 10 seconds down to like 8 seconds or something like that, because it wasn't between phase locking with a bone on to get slag out of ruin and converge to try to slag all your enemies. Scorn kind of, you know, between the two you couldn't get enough slag out there, and Maya's not really the character to carry a drop nozzle. She's got enough healing that she doesn't need it.
Hunter! You gotta stop this thing! Let go of me,
And
damn
that's
it!
how
But-
Handsome Jack pays ransoms.
Salvador got his brawn tree buffed a little bit.
This way!
Mainly all they did is hard to kill got doubled. So instead of having 5 points in it, it's like you have 10 points in it. It's like it's boosted. And then if you boost it, it's like it being quad, which only brings him up to like I think it's 0.1% per point, so it's like 0.5% for 5 points normally, and it boosts him up to 1%. And then if you boost it 5 points, you can get it up to 2%. And then if you get an extra point in there, you can boost it like 2.2 No, is it 2.1% or 2.2? I don't remember. But it doesn't make him like to where he could just stand there and take damage when he's healing. But it just adds over to all to his gun zerking. And then what the problem with Salvador with his healing is he can't heal while he's taking constant damage. So the Rough Rider was always his best bet for shields because it gave him a flat 20% gun damage. And then I think his I'm Your Juggernaut skill gave him only like 6% per point or something like that. And then it was a kill skill, not always on. Like, if it's going to be low like that, make it always on so he could kind of heal through some of the damage. But then that would make him too tanky. So the community patch made it like, I think 15%? 15% per point or some crap like that. So if you get a kill and you get your kill skill, you got almost like 60% damage reduction, and then you put a Rough Rider on top of that, and then he can kind of heal through Gunzerker. He's not totally impenetrable because he's kind of matching Maya's. She can do 0.4% constantly, but hers is based on how low her health is. And Salvador kind of has a skill like that, but then Maya can get up with substance up to, let's see, that's going to be 4. She's going to be 2%, so a fully boosted Salvador could get up to hers, but then he can't health stack as high as her. And then, you know, she's got this kill skill where she could steal life, kind of like when her kill skill is active, she's basically got a Moxie gun. So that helps her out. And then she's got Elated, where she can heal for 1% of her max health while enemies are phase locked. This gets up to 5%. So Salvador, actually, who should be a tanky, healthy character, is not even as tanky as Maya is. So even having it buffed, he's still not that great, but it makes it more usable. And I find all my Salvadors, I'm coming over here on this tree and getting hard to kill just to get the extra health. Getting I Am Your Juggernaut, getting Fistful of Hurt because I love playing with it, and then getting what's right here. It makes him it ups his heal rate while he's in gunzerking, and I get 4 points in that, so I don't waste anything. And then I start working on making him gunzerk forever, and I'm finding that to be pretty good. It got away from the cookie cutter attitude of just always going to try to make him gunzerk immediately right away.
Where are you, soldier?
You can in early game kind of go to try to make him health tanky, and then later in the game make him, you know, health and damage reduction tanky without a Rough Rider. And then later on, when that starts to fail you, you could go get a Rough Rider, and you could gunzerk forever. And I think it's kind of a new, interesting twist on. There's a cat mod. I think I'm gonna wait to get a cat mod. I don't know. That's a pretty good one. I'll get it. None of that. See if there's any good grenades.